President Moon Jae-in has shared his thoughts on the outcome of the Vietnam summit. He said he believes meaningful progress was made in Hanoi. The South Korean leader pledged to play an active role in bridging the gap between North Korea and the US to ensure negotiations stay on track. Shin Se-min with the details.
Undeterred by the breakdown in talks at the Hanoi summit, the South Korean president pledged to find a lasting settlement between North Korea and the U.S. Weighing in on the abrupt end of the summit this week, President Moon Jae-in said he would try to bring the two sides back together by maintaining close and steady dialogue.
우리 정부는 미국, 북한과 긴밀히 소통하고 협력하여 양국 간 대화의 완전한 타결을 반드시 성사시켜 낼 것입니다.
Putting a positive spin on the second Kim-Trump summit, President Moon said the meeting yielded meaningful progress and is an important step toward the normalization of bilateral ties, while expressing high regard for the commitment from the U.S. president.
더 높은 합의로 가는 과정이라고 생각합니다. 이제 우리의 역할이 더욱 중요해졌습니다.
Moon also touted his policy of creating a so-called new Korean Peninsula regime, something he says will end the history of confrontation between the Koreas. The president is hopeful that this roadmap will usher in a new era of peace and cooperation in the long term and ultimately prepare the divided Koreas for eventual reunification. The president said that within this blueprint of a future Korean peninsula, South Korea should take the leading role in driving peace efforts and fostering an economic union. Still, questions linger on how South Korean president plans on bringing the leaders of North Korea and the U.S. back to the negotiating table when they still remain far apart on the issue of denuclearization and sanctions relief. For the time being, it appears that President Moon will be holding bilateral summits with both leaders at the earliest possible date, as he plans to play the mediating role between the two once again. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.